man, woman person became sort of a unit, which is very, very curious, because now, of course, wife means, husband, wife. It's an interesting development, really. Okay, liberty in mind and body, cuts on limb, random walk. Your father wanted me to forward this to you. It's a quarterly report concerning your family's recent investment in limb. That's how they got the thing pushed through. P.S. I'm still waiting on financial statements from Bell Tower Associate. Surprisingly tight-lipped when it comes to business. Not surprised, they're privately owned, after all. Are we still on for Friday? Don't I? Okay. Company report stronger than anticipated. Quarter 47 financial performance. Beating expectations for the fourth quarter in a row. Oh, Q4 27, right. Still anticipate shares will trend lower over the next several weeks. Yada yada yada. Valuation, target multiple company shares. Okay, sure. Shares and so on. Whatever. Personally, you absolutely hate being called sir? I can get that. For me, in a professional context, I like it because I'm the person who has to most often tell students no and deny them things. And what I've found is I can be amicable. I can try to approach the students, but that puts them in a wrong frame of mind. It brings them into an idea that I'm their friend, I'm close to them, or they can negotiate with them. So what I've actually done is I've started wearing suits more. I've required people to call me Mr. and, address me with the sir, and I address the students with their last names as well, Mr. and Ms., etc., to increase the distance between us, because it's easier for students to accept a no from a Mr. in a suit rather than, like, hey, Byronic, hey, how's it going? That doesn't work. You call everyone homie? Hey, that's awesome. The thing about homie, actually, when it comes as a word, homie, my God, the idea behind that word, the weight behind it. Imagine, the origin of the word homie is from slave trade. You have somebody from an African tribe who is sold into slavery. And the thing they did was they separated people from the same, I use the word tribe because I just don't know the right word. Tribe, clan, village. But they separate them so that they couldn't connect and organize, because then you'd have people with loads of different languages who couldn't communicate. So the word homie comes indeed from homeboy, the idea that if in their slave past, in the American slavery past, they'd find somebody who spoke the same language, then they were a homeboy, somebody from the same village who could speak your language and a little word of home. So that as a word, it's so powerful. It's so incredible. Same with Farsi. The common words for wife and woman are the same. Huh. That's pretty cool. Farsi. I should look that up to see what the general languages in the development. I found it interesting because I know that the same structure is in a lot of Anglo-Saxon origins. Or fam, you're ethnic like that, 50% African. That's cool. That reminds me. I have two questions for you, but maybe you know better than that. You'll probably know better than I because I'm so disconnected with today's society. Bae and fam. For one, I figured out bae means like, best friend, connected, special person. Fam? Is that short for family? For one, where does bae come from? And two, what's up with fam? I have no idea where these words come from. Okay. Do not disgrace us. My son, your behavior as of late has been disgraceful. Up until now, I have done everything... That wasn't even up until now. Up until now, I have done everything in my power to support and protect you, but my patience is running thin. If you do not change your embarrassing lifestyle, I will have no choice but to remove you from both the company and family, meaning no more financial support or immunity. You dishonor us all with your whoremongering. Whoa! Regards, Father. P.S. Your mother is well, but she is disappointed. I suggest you apologize to her. send flowers.
Malik, it looks like Hong Sr. was upset with Hong Jr.'s behavior and threatened to cut off his inheritance if he didn't stop whoring around. Sounds like he considered Evelyn beneath the family name.
And if he knew she was pregnant, I can't believe Lee would do something like that just for money.
Speaking of money, the Hong family seems heavily invested in both Bell Tower and Lim. That could explain the cover-up and lack of a proper investigation. I'll keep looking. I'm sure there's more here.
Oh, this is horrible. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. So there should be more here, huh? Okay. Fam does come from family. Before all others? Wouldn't that be Bao rather than Bei? Oh. According to your teenage system, Bei is short for babe. Oh, teenage sister. I was wondering. According to my teenage system, analyzing. For anyone else. Ah, see, I can get that.
Hey, Lee, baby. Can't wait to see you tonight. But I'm stuck at work. I know, I'm sorry. I'll pick it up to you, baby. I promise. I'll meet you at the Hive, okay? Just don't get a
The Hive.
started without me. I want you all to myself tonight.
The Hive? I should have guessed Lee would be there. It's pretty much a second home for him.
Wait a minute, you heard that?
Sorry, Jensen. I don't like invading your privacy like this, but it's important. Plus, this gives me an idea. When you're done looking around Lee's apartment, head to the Hive. Contact me when you're there.
I'll stick around a bit. I'm sure there's still more to find.
Okay, sorry, but I don't like invading people's privacy, but this is important, so it's probably okay. No, it isn't. It's never okay. Nothing in the toilet? Okay. So people come to the channel, you greet them, next thing you know, we're hip deep in linguistic snobbery. That's the quality content you came here for. Isn't it just? I love linguistic snobbery. I particularly love weird and obscure words that mean something beautifully precise and specific. Because it's an old word that you lose, you forget, because people don't pay enough attention to things. Is there any way? What am I supposed to find? What is extra? The murder weapon! Simply call everyone peasant. See, that I'd like. Hello, peasant. I prefer to call people in my committees drones. Drone, you're that.
Malik, I think I got a probable murder weapon. A broken clock. The kicker is the hands line up roughly with Evelyn's TOD. Coincidence?
That's a hell of a stretch. You really think?
If Lee's as dumb as you say, maybe. We'd need lab tech analysis to confirm, but if there ever was a smoking gun, it fits. I'll make one last sweep to make sure I got everything.
Really? There's more? Okay. You know what I'm getting now? Excited for 2077. You know what I mean. Witcher engine, cyberpunky future. One last sweep, huh? I'm supposed to find more? What am I looking for? Yeah, hello.
Malik, I found a baseball bat, but it looks clean. Almost like it's been washed recently.
Maybe Lee washed Evelyn's blood off of it.
That's what I'm thinking. But I'm not sure it could inflict the type of laceration she had. Okay, I think that's it.
There we go.
I'm heading to the Hive now. I doubt we'll find anything else in here without calling in a forensics team.
Sounds good.
Excellent. Fam's intended to be used like being like family. I can get that. Feels a bit very specific in the separation though between friends and family. But you know, that's very me as well. Oh, sorry about that. I ate a burrito earlier, and that is well, doing what a burrito does to my stomach. I'm lost. isn't this where I came from just now? There might be a backronym. Probably shouldn't form of babe or baby. Yeah, I can see that. Okay, I have no idea where this is, but I'm gonna hack into it because it's here. A lot of people here get angry when you call them fam, or even try to be nice to them. Really? Why is that? I mean, one thing I personally dislike is businesses calling you by very familiar terms. Because that's where I go, no, familiar terms are for friends and family, and I don't want you using familiar terms with me. But if it's just somebody being nice, maybe a little bit forward, but how bad is that? You've made bae one of your favorite words? I like that as a linguistic development, actually. Something is bae. If you just think about the expression of that. Rather than, this is my favorite thing. Just something is bae. Done. Good to be around like-minded folks. You love everyone because that's the way it should be. Yeah. Yeah, I think in general, people needn't make such a big deal about certain things. I think a lot of things that people get upset about aren't really that important if you really think about it.
Access granted.
There we go. Peasant, drone, all those kinds of people engineered your job. Nice. Sniper rifle ammo, don't need that. No thank you. Ha! Invasive Brain-Machine Interfaces by Hugh Darrow. Excerpt from an article in Neuroprosthetics Journal Quarterly, Fall 2012. Invasive brain-machine interfaces, BMIs, which are most common in North American research, differ mainly from EEG-based interfaces by the method through which neural activity is recorded. While EEGs can record neural activity from outside the skull, invasive BMIs require the implantation of an electrode within the brain itself. In principle, invasive BMIs rely on the hypothesis that groups of neurons will modulate their activity in very similar ways each time a given action is performed, though individual neuron firing varies from trial to trial. A clinically viable BMI should be able to document these modulations and use these modulatory behaviors to reproduce motor actions in artificial actuators. Lebedev, 2006. In the 1960s and 70s, the scientist Eberhard A. Fetz and his colleagues trained monkeys to coordinate activity of their cortical neurons through biofeedback readings from implanted electrodes. Later, Edward Schmidt proposed that cortical neural activity could move a prosthetic, such as a robotic arm. Due to limitations in technological development, such as technology necessary to implant sufficient quantities of electrode into the brain, it took nearly 20 years for researchers to test his hypothesis. In the mid-90s, invasive BMI testing progressed from mice moving a device with a single degree of freedom to primate movement reproduction. In monkeys, researchers were able to produce reaching actualization, in which the neural action of the primate was able to stimulate a robotic arm to feed itself, combining components such as reaching and grasping into fluid movement. Lebedev, 2006. That, by the way, sounds awesome. Ah, that's how easy I should have gone there. For not to talk to people means you can avoid using titles, names, etc. I prefer not to talk to people because I find people very tiring in general. Just, simply being around people tires me out. That's why I usually heavily limit the amount of contact I have. Let's see. I think I should just go down one. Yeah, wait. Yeah, I think I should go down here. That's I think. There we go. Direction I need to be going in. The hive. This is the hive, right? Nope, I need to go around the corner. about to craft a sword on Warframe that will rival your best prime melee. Is that the prime? That's the one you posted on a Cache's Discord, wasn't it? Let's quick save and get on in there. So excited because there are a lot of racists here? Wait, what? Oh wait, I'm combining two sentences that shouldn't be together. I'm so excited.
I'm in the hive. What's your plan?
Find Lee and talk to him. I want you to convince him you know exactly what he did to Evelyn and why. If you can make him panic, I'm willing to bet he'll spill his guts. Just make it look like blackmail. If he's willing to pay to keep you quiet, he's basically tying his own noose. I'll listen in and record everything.
Got it.
Alright, that works. But yeah, that was an odd combination. Oh my god, I'm so excited because there's a lot of racists here. Can I... No, I literally have to find him. You know what I'm guessing? Men's room. I'm guessing I run into him in the men's room. Someone wants to grant you undeserved honorifics. You like MX? Mix? How do you use that, Alex? I'm not quite sure how that works. Oh, that was an exit. I remember that. Researching that one. Halfway between Mr. and Ms. Mix. See if I can find them somewhere. Do I need to talk to them? Not halfway exactly. Be pedantic to the folks who don't wish to be identified by gender. Hey, I want to check that out. Give me a second here. That is interesting. Gender neutral title. Merriam-Webster. The thing about Merriam-Webster is when it comes to dictionaries, they do it a little bit loose. Oh, it's an M with the that's cool. People don't want to be identified by gender. Pronounced like mix or mux. They're turtle mux. Like it's styled through a period in British English, used increasingly on official forms in the UK, including driver's license and banking documents. Huh. I like mix because it just mix, you know? I like that. That sounds interesting. Perhaps like legendary versions of certain Gear Warframes. You mean where you live? Right. Yeah, I hadn't heard about mix before either. I like that.
They say the owner of the store.
I think I'm going to be using that.
They say the hive serves. You got a favorite poison?
Give me a sec.
Yeah. Not like I'm busy.
Yeah, Jax, I know what you mean. It doesn't seem to be as prominent in the region where we live. That kind of mixed forms and gender neutral situations or gender alternative situations. I think I've only encountered it once in a previous in a previous university where I worked, where there was a guy who let me see. It was a biological male, who dressed in a woman's clothing, still identified male, didn't identify as a cross-dresser, just basically, I'm a guy who wears women, like, what's his face, the comedian, Eddie Izzard, basically like that. You know, the man who said, I am a heterosexual male, but just enjoy wearing women's clothing. Okay.
What you want, Chrome Boy?
Is your name Lee Hong?
Yeah, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. What's it to you?
I want to talk to you about Evelyn Carmichael.
Man, it's off! I already told all you narcos all there is to say.
Relax. I'm not with the police. I work private. And you could say I specialize in cases like yours.
If you ain't police, then what the fuck you want?
A simple proposition. I have proof that shows you murdered Evelyn. And I want you to pay me 2.5 million credits to make that proof disappear.
2.5? Bullshit. You ain't
Alpha,
got
eh?
shit on me, narco. I ain't paying you shit.
I strongly suggest you reconsider.
And I strongly suggest you get the fuck out of my face. Because unless you got your proof right here, I ain't got shit to say to you.
All right. Let's start with the police report. I know your story doesn't match up with the evidence at the scene of Evelyn's fall.
Oh yeah? And why's that?
Full expecting me not switching back to the correct scene. Pleasantly surprised you remembered. Hey, Fub. I may be getting professional somewhere down the line. Slowly but surely. Eddie Izzard. Yeah. That is the one. Hey, Bosnian Brood. Good to have you back here. How are you doing?
Because the police report was full of inaccuracies. Like someone deliberately tampered with evidence.
Yeah, and? That still don't prove shit.
Not only does the evidence not add up, but neither does your testimony. You lied about why Evelyn fell down the stairs in the first place.
You said she was drunk.
You said you'd both been drinking heavily prior to the accident, and the reason Evelyn fell was because she was drunk. We both know that isn't true.
Man, that shit was in the papers.
Now, if the evidence doesn't fit and your story was a lie, then how did Evelyn die on that night? Well, the answer is pretty simple, really. You killed her. But how?
If you want to know... There we go. If you want to know why I'm sitting like this, check out my Twitter, because it's the cat. Where's the shiny vest he calls you, Chrome Boy? Yup. Yeah, the baseball bat might be. He was clean, but it's the antique clock. That was the exact same time.
By hitting her in the head with that antique clock you keep so prominently displayed in your apartment. The lacerations on her head, the intracranial hemorrhaging, it's the perfect match.
In my apartment? How the fuck do you know what's in my apartment?
And like any good crime of passion, you needed motivation, something to fuel your violent outbursts. What did Evelyn say or do to make you murder her?
She was pregnant.
She told you she was pregnant, and you panicked. Faced with the prospect of losing your easy way of life, you struck out at her in anger.
How? That's impossible.
But now the final piece of the puzzle. Why was Evelyn's death never considered a murder investigation? Because your family, one of the wealthiest and most influential families in Shanghai, covered it up.
So
Whose silence should they
professional.
buy?
You know what I say, because police could never touch you. No, it was Bell Tower gave you immunity. Family's investment in Lim kept the autopsy report buried. Yeah.
Lim. Your family's sizable investments in Lim assured the autopsy performed on Evelyn's body would never see the light of day, and her death would simply fall through the cracks of an already crumbling justice system.
Fuck this shit, man! And fuck you!
I can help you, Lee, but only for a price.
Alright, fuck! I can't believe this shit! I'll pay you, man! I'll pay you, just... What do you need from me?
Details. Let me hear your side of the story, and then we'll move on from there.
I don't know. Evelyn, that stupid bitch! She was going to ruin me. I didn't mean to kill her, okay? Evelyn wouldn't shut up about us, about the baby, so I hit her. I just wanted to make her shut her stupid mouth. But the dumb bitch started freaking out. So I hit her again until she finally stopped screaming. When I realized what I'd done, I panicked. She was barely breathing, so I carried her to the stairs near my apartment and dropped her.
That is disgusting.
I had to make sure it looked like an accident. I had no choice. She trapped me. She just wanted my money.
She trapped you?
I would have been ruined.
I need to go. We'll be in contact again soon.
Huh? What about the evidence? And the money? Where the fuck you going?
Goodbye, Lee.
Achievement unlocked, Super Sleuth. Walk away from Lee? Why is that the...
Malik, please tell me you got a recording of all that.
Oh my God, Jensen, I could kiss you right now. I can't believe you got him to confess so openly like that.
To be honest, it was easier than I was expecting. You were definitely right about Lee. He's not exactly the sharpest tool in the shed.
Well, don't get too cocky just yet. Before I send our little friend's confession off to the local media and authorities, I want to get some Shanghai street justice first. There's a control panel linked to the hive I need you to hack. Uploading the coordinates now.
Okay, sure. I'll hack a little bit. But that is disgusting. Not only just him just outright killing his girlfriend like that, his pregnant girlfriend, and then blaming her for it. That is disgusting. To be exact, my augmented mates. Yeah. Yeah, an ex-SWAT leader. That's his backstory, isn't it? Let's go all out hackery. Oh god, I have way less time than I thought I did. Oh god, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, you can do it, you can do it.
Access granted.
Wow. That's disabled
Alright,
security
Malik,
protocols.
it's hacked.
Verifying the signal. Come on, come on. Okay, I'm in. Remote frequencies are clear.
Oh
Thank
god, you're broadcasting his confession, aren't
Uploading
you?
now. And
You're gonna broadcast his confession?
meet me in front of the hive, Jensen. I have a little surprise for our friend Lee.
What I'm thinking is he's gonna be somewhere and she's going to broadcast that all around with his face, his personal details. That guy's gonna come to a horrible end, isn't he? Name Lee's been ruined by Tenacious D. Can it help name that hidden song you had? What song? I have no idea. I know, right, Fub? Talk about a close call.
Jensen,
Malik,
well, first take this. I was gonna use it myself, but after everything you've done, I think you deserve it more.
so what are you
It's
gonna do
okay,
now?
kitty.
I have a few
Praxis.
loose ends to tie up, and I need to make sure this autopsy report finds its way into the right hands. The Hongs aren't gonna buy their way out of this one.
Lee's confession is solid. With that and the evidence from the autopsy, there's no way he can avoid prosecution. Justice will be served.
Oh, justice will be served, all right. You might want to stick around for a second.
Oh god, this
I've
is
got
not gonna
one
go
last
well.
little surprise for our friend Lee.
Yeah, see, she's going to
Are you
broadcast
facing
it.
the hive? It's almost showtime. In 3, 2,
Malik,
just watch.
I don't know. Evelyn, that stupid bitch. She was going to ruin me. I didn't mean to kill her, okay?
Malik, remind me never to piss you off.
After everything you've done here for Evelyn, for me, you'd have to try pretty hard, mister.
Started freaking out. So I hit her again and good job. Until she finally stopped screaming. When I realized what I'd done, I
Holy crap, that is... Hi, kitty.
carried her to the stairs
Hi, little kitty.
and dropped her.
Oh, you're hiding from the camera, kitty.
It looked like an accident. I had no choice. She trapped me. She just wanted my money.
That is...
Ruined. I don't know.
That is horrible. I want to see what happens.
Bitch. She was going to ruin me. Kill her, okay? Evelyn wouldn't shut up about us. Well,
Okay, that's on loop. That is indeed... Holy crap. Do not make her angry. That song? Okay, I'll have to have a listen to that later. Actually, it is about 2 hours in. I think before we head on over to do this quest, that I'm going to take a quick break to make myself a nice cup of tea. Because I believe we need to go in the pods and then go up to the to some floor, right? Oh, that reminds me. I saw something in the back of a cutscene earlier. We walked in here, past this, went in here, went up to the pods. We ran into Malik here. who spoke to me